Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Alexander Investment Insights. We're back with another video. Happy 4th of July. This video is going to be stocks to look out for Friday. You know, S&P 500, our main Apple option plays like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, all types of different stocks, right? So let's go over, starting off with the S&P 500. So obviously market was closed today, so the last day that market was live was on Wednesday, and it was a half day. On the East Coast, trading stopped at 1 p.m. so it was only open for around 3.5 hours, 3 hours. But as we see, we did have a very strong bullish day up to the upside. Let's see some plays here on our fib. So we had a low here right before pre-market. We came right before open. We came up, we had a high, we came down, we hit our golden level in our golden zone pretty much perfectly. Hit that 0.5 and it went between that 0.5, 0.618. You know, and somewhere high between these 0.6 and 11. So right there, pretty easy. And then let's just go through a couple of these because I want you guys to start getting used to just using this Fibonacci tool on your chart. So we had another low, price went up, hit our 0.5, and then started to go up again. Let's go to the 1 minute and see what that looked like exactly. So we had a low here, boom. You see how we went up and we started stalling out right here. It didn't want to break. It came to that low, hit that 1. Came up here and then boom to the upside and broke this resistance as well. So just another one. So S&P 500 having a nice day on Wednesday and a nice day on Tuesday, breaking resistance levels at all-time highs again. So we're gonna get rid of this resistance first off, and then we're gonna move up support. So my support now is 547. So 547 is my new support. Pretty simple on that, 547. And then I'm just gonna get rid of this support, and we're gonna see what happens on Friday if price wants to come back down before the weekend, so we can find some support and then go back up, or if we're gonna keep shooting upwards on Friday. So that's the one support that I do have on S&P 500 is 547. IWM hitting that resistance on Wednesday and then coming back down, so that resistance is working well at 203.50, and I do have support down here at 10. Well, actually now I'm gonna move this support to 250. So 250 is our new support on IWM. Make sure you have these two levels on your chart for IWM. And let's go to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin coming down, breaking our support level of 59,000. It went down to 57,000 down here. So I'm going to have to move this support down now to 57,000, 56,500 actually. And Bitcoin looking kind of bearish right now, so it might start breaking these support levels, but that just gives us another opportunity to average in on Bitcoin when it does start confirming to the upside. Like I said in previous videos, Bitcoin can stall out for months at a time, right? That's just what we're doing. See how it ran up months at a time, just stalled out, and then we have a big movers up. So Bitcoin might be breaking some more support levels, but that might just be a point to load up the boat for more Bitcoin once it does rocket. So let's go to Apple. Apple breaking our resistance as well, now at all-time highs again. So we're going to have to take off this resistance on Apple, and then I'm going to move support up to 216 support on Apple now. Pretty basic there. And then I'm just gonna get rid of this other support. So 216 support on Apple. We're gonna want to see if price could break that support or hold it. If not, we'll just keep going to the upside. So Microsoft breaking targets again and then using it as support. So we're gonna have a support right here on Microsoft at 156.13. So 156.13 is our new support on Microsoft. If price could break that, we might come down to 153. So just watch that on Microsoft, 156, and then I'm going to take off this support here. Let's go to Google. Google hitting our resistance perfectly on Wednesday. Let's go to the 1 minute chart and see what happened. So Google, we opened up, we had up and down movement, right? And then we found support here. found support here, broke a crucial resistance right here, and then we boom went up to the upside, kept going up, and then we stalled out at our resistance right here. You see how it hit that resistance perfectly, didn't want to break it. After hours, we still have not broken it. So that resistance is working perfectly. That is an all-time high resistance, by the way. And our support now is going to be 183. So instead of 182, 183. Just watch that support. That could be hit if we start going down. So I'm going to take off these 130, 183. This other support I'm going to take off. Then we'll go on to Meta. So Meta still has some upwards movement to go. We haven't had all-time highs on Meta, so I have resistance here at 514. Either on Friday or coming up next week, I'm going to be looking for swing call options if we break resistances. We break resistances, Meta's going to all-time highs, right? And that's when I want to get swing call options right before it breaks these resistances, or right at when he breaks these resistances to bring us to all-time highs. Because if we look at Tesla, what was happening? Breaking this resistance and booming upwards, right? Having massive movement upwards, and we're going to talk about that next. But Meta, I still have resistance at 514. There's another target up here at 531.70, and then I have support right now at 496.80. Just watch those levels on Microsoft. So I have this target here that was hit perfectly on Wednesday for Nvidia. You see this target, we stalled out in the morning and then boom to the upside. As soon as we broke this resistance right here and this resistance, we really started going up. So boom, up to the upside, and then pretty much just hit that target level resistance and hasn't wanted to break since. So that level right here is working. We're going to want to see if it's going to break this on Friday and next week, or if it's going to want to reject back down to more levels. Down here, so just watch that on Nvidia. I'm gonna move up support. Support for me is now 123, 123.25. So just watch that level, 123.25 on Nvidia. That is our support. Now let's go to Tesla. Everyone's looking at Tesla, right? Because it broke that resistance and boom to the upside, booming through our resistance also. So Tesla's now heading. It went up within 4 days. Let's see how much percent. Let's go just from this 3-day gain. 3-day gain on the shares, 23%. Since Elon got his price compensations package, it's up 40%. Imagine if you bought calls right here that expire sometime in September. That's big money. Those are thousands of percentages of gains right there. So Tesla, the next thing I'm going to be looking for Tesla is pullback. We want to have pullback before this earnings, so then we could get upside right before the earnings. Then earnings, we don't know what it's going to do, so it could either shoot up or it could shoot down. But we want pullback now before we get to our next resistance, and then we could get swing call options to the upside on Tesla as well. So that's what I'm looking out for on Tesla. We still have, I'm going to take off this level here now. I'm going to have to move up support. Support for me is now at 131. So 131 is my support on Tesla, or 231, excuse me. And then our resistance is still up there at 253. So 253.50 is our resistance on Tesla. You're just going to want to watch if it can have pullback, like I said. Amazon, not lagging behind the market right now, but not quite at its all-time high. See how it hit this resistance, didn't want to break it, and came shooting down. So what I'm looking for on Amazon is if it's going to break this support level. If it breaks this support level at 195.70, then we're going to see some lower prices on Amazon. But if this 95.70 holds and it breaks this resistance, that's once again we can get some swing call options. Might scalp it for a continuation to the upside. So just watching that on Amazon. Then we have these resistance here at the all-time highs. Netflix has been trading sideways, stalling out for the past couple of weeks. We have resistance here at 690.50, and then we have support at 664.40. So just watch those two levels on Amazon. AMD kind of stalled out. We had some down. Now we might be we're hitting these targets, right? How that hit that on Monday on the downside at 153.30 and held this target, using it as support now. So we're gonna actually make this a smaller support on AMD, and then this resistance right here at 160. I'm gonna actually move this down right to there, 166.80. So 166.80 is our resistance on AMD. If this starts heading up, say tomorrow on Friday, I'm gonna scalp this to the upside on AMD, right? We actually have two targets, one at 166.50 and one at 166.80. So I could use both those if price starts heading up in the morning. So that is our resistance and supports on AMD. Let's go to Intel. Once again, Intel stalling out 32.29.70. Not much to talk about there. Let's go to PANW. PANW, we have resistance here on PANW. I'm going to write this out at 345. So watch that resistance on AMW or PANW. We might want to start breaking that resistance because we've been pretty bullish, right, on PANW. So just watch this. We could scalp this or get swing call options to the upside. That's what I'm looking out for on PANW. If it doesn't want to break that resistance, we could see it come back down to between the 133 and 125 level as well. So Coinbase it's going to have some pullbacks as long as Bitcoin pulls back a little bit more. So, but because it's been kind of trading sideways since Bitcoin has. See how it hasn't really wanted to go up or down. It's just been doing kind of what Bitcoin has. So I have support here at 219, resistance at 245.50. Pretty basic on that. Nike coming down off of earnings once again. Well, it looks like we're finding support. I am going to put a support here on Nike. We're going to want to see if price wants to come down and hit this support at 173.42. If it wants to start heading up, I am going to start putting a resistance levels on here. And I think our first resistance level is $77 or $78. So that's what I'm looking for on Nike. We have a resistance level at $78. Could be a good long-term play. Nothing says that Nike can't go down to 60, but this is at levels that it hasn't been to since 2020 and 2018. So that's what I'm looking for on Nike. Definitely in some pain right now. And then I have support here at 73.50. Let's go to SMCI. SMCI doing not too much movement since it went up and then went down. So I have resistance now here at 870. We could see SMCI start going up to this resistance. We might be able to scalp that as well or get swing call options. And then I do have support here at 786. We're just going to want to see what price does to these two levels and which way it wants to go. So let's go to some other stocks. Let's go to STX. This is a cybersecurity firm, kind of like PMW, and we have support and resistance. Resistance is at 106.67, and then I have support. I'm actually going to move up support right here to 101.30. So 101.30 is just our support. We're going to want to see 101 being pretty much if price wants to break this. If it holds this, we could see it going up to the upside right before earnings, and then earnings could either shoot us up even more or bring us down. Looks like it doesn't move too much off of earnings, but that's what I'm seeing. Let's go to DJT. I haven't checked in on DJT in a minute. It looks like it hit our support here, broke up, hit our support here. Looks like it's going to hold support possibly, so we're going to want to see it maybe or maybe not. If this support holds, we could see DJT going up to 42 or yeah, to that resistance, and if not, we could DJT's coming back down to 23. So, or 23, 25. So that's what I see on DJT. This stock is kind of volatile. You know, it has good percentage gains to the upside pretty fast. Like that's 145%, and that took place over 3 weeks, perhaps. So I'm actually going to be looking for a play on DJT. Because you know it is election time. This stock can rally pretty fast with some nice gains, so that's what I'm looking for on DJT. Put this on your watch list and start learning how this one moves, because if you have the good entries, then you could make some good money on this. Let's now go to Palantir. Palantir stalling out at its resistance. It does have a resistance right here So I'm gonna put this resistance here on Palantir at 26.60. So just watch this resistance. Then I have support at 24.75. So if we come down and break this support, we might see it down to 24. So just watch this level. Once it breaks this 26.60, I could get a swing call option to the upside or scalp it to the upside again. So that's what I'm looking for on Palantir. What other stocks? CCL. Been moving pretty decently. See how we had big boom up here, then had some pullback, which is nice. Earnings came, went up, had some pullback. It's gonna find support. So let's see if Carnival Cruise Lines is gonna find support around here at $17. So Carnival Cruise Lines wants to come down and find support here, then we might be able to get it back to that resistance at $20. Because it is summertime, people are trying to go on vacation. You know, I'm definitely trying to go on vacation soon. I am going. So let's go through one more stock. Let's go through Hood stock. Hood hitting that target at $24, coming down. Looks like it found support. So I'm gonna move support up now on Hood stock. I want to see if Hood could hold this $22. If Hood doesn't hold this $20, it's coming back down to $20.50, but we're just going to see if it wants to hold this. And if it holds this, we could see Hood to $25, $24 and above. So that's what I'm looking for on Hood and see which way it wants to trade. Other than that, I'm going to leave the video there, and have a great rest of your 4th of July, your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Thank you.